Hello, everyone, and welcome to Morning Coffee Break. Hope everybody's doing good this morning. It's raining out, cold. Anyway, let's see. Today's Sunday, January 8th. Currently, it's 45 degrees. High today is going to be 53. 92% chance of rain. It's raining. 80% humidity right now. Winds are at 4 miles per hour, and air quality is 68. That's moderate. So that's what's going on this morning. I got some more sleep last night. I did pretty good. I got I think 6.5 hours, and that's way better than what I've been getting recently. So working on that. I hope I can. I'd love to get 8 hours, but I just can't get. It's hard for me to get sleepy at night. So that Benadryl really helps. It like calms me down and helps me to get relaxed and fall asleep. Okay, so I'm still not all the way kind of caught up on sleep, but I'm doing better. Okay, today everybody liked the new little catchphrase I came up with for our drive with drive with us's, and today there's going to be another one. It's out and about with Mike and Joy. And this was in that we had actually had a pretty bad, it seemed like we had a bad storm that day, several days ago, where it was getting ready to storm. It looked awful. I remember it looked really bad out. Uh, but we didn't get caught in any rain while we were out. Uh, so what's for dinner last night? We had the 3-cheese tortellini that I showed y'all yesterday. I think it's called Butoni. And salad and some garlic bread I made. It was really good, and there's enough for 2 meals, so I froze what's left of it and have it another time. Um, I just didn't fix. I just only fixed half of it. I didn't fix it and then freeze it. I only fixed half of it and then I froze the other half. But that's what it looked like. It was great, really, really good. And I'll have a short come out today. Remember, I talked yesterday about I'm going to be like a day behind on my shorts for dinner because I want them to come out in a time frame, in a certain time frame, some like 5 to 7, somewhere in that area. Um, to see if they do a little bit better, I think, during that period. And since we eat later than 6, I can't do it the same night. So. And what's for dinner tonight? I think we're having. I had a menu. I had wrote down a whole week of what we were going to have, and now I can't find it. It's on a little notebook. I guess Joy or Logan. No, not probably Logan. He's got his own notebooks. Uh, I'd say Joy wrote something down and she said it somewhere or something, or possibly I could even. I don't know. I just remember I wrote down a whole week's worth of meals. But I think tonight's was soup and a sandwich. We got some hoagie buns. I think we're gonna make little hoagies and um, have some soup. I don't know if we're gonna have the. We got another brand of, it's Idahoan, of broccoli and cheese soup. So I don't know if I want to try that. And I bought. You'll see when it comes. The Kroger haul comes out when we got it. I got some different soups at Kroger's too. Some condensed soups, and we got some Progresso soups that they had a good deal on. That Progresso soup might be good. I don't know. We'll see. Be a good. It's kind of dreary and rainy and stuff. It'd be kind of a good day for soup and a sandwich, I think. Okay. There wasn't really any tidbits. It was all just weather stuff, and um, there was an avalanche in, I think, Colorado or something. Uh, um, I think it, I'm not for sure if that's what it was, but I mean, I got the hiccups. It wasn't, any good news in it, that's for sure. So let's see if I can find nice news. Yeah, it's cold. It's cold in here because I'm keeping the furnace turned down because it's natural gas and it's crazy high. It's doubled in price than what they're charging. I really dread seeing our next power and uh, gas bills. I don't know what we're going to do. Okay. Okay. Sometimes on Sunday they don't have. Maybe I'll have. Is this one? Okay. Let's see about this one. What's a January anyway? A brief guide to the origins of each month's name. Have you ever stopped to wonder how the first month of a year came to be called January, or where the other months names, or where the other months' names from February through December actually originated? In case the start of another trip around the sun has you curious, here's a brief overview of how we arrived at our present-day calendar system. Most of the world now follows the Gregorian calendar, also known as the Christian or Western calendar, according to timeanddate.com. Considered the most widely used international standard for measuring time, the Gregorian calendar is a solar calendar based on the 365-day year that's divided into 12 months. It replaced the Julian calendar, which did not accurately measure the time it takes Earth to make an orbit around the sun, known as a tropical year. Prior to the Julian calendar, there was the ancient Roman calendar, which the Gregorian calendar is based upon. The Roman calendar was a far more complicated lunar calendar, per the Old Farmer's Almanac, responsible for providing the inspiration and origins of many of the month's monikers. Read on for a quick guide of how each month's name came to be known its current name. I don't know if I can go to that or not. I mean, I guess I can, but okay. This is going to be. This would be too long to read all these. They got like January is named after Janus, a Roman god whose domain was gates and doors. Janus was typically depicted with two faces looking into both the past and the future. The gates of the temples dedicated to Janus were known to be left open during war and closed during times of peace. I don't know, it's kind of interesting. February, a Roman festival of purification known as Februa or Febralia, was the inspiration for February. Februa is a Latin word meaning to cleanse. March, the Roman god of war, was named Mars, given that this was the time of the year when military campaigns resumed following the dead period of winter. The mythological battle-ready god was an obvious source of inspiration for what is now referred to as March. April, the Latin word aperire, A-P-E-R-I-R-E, meaning to open, conjuring the spirit of blossoming spring flowers, led to the naming of the month of Aprilis. For the Romans, Aprilis eventually morphed into April. May, the earth goddess Maia, whose domain was to nurture and oversee the growth of plants, was an inspiration for May. The Latin word maiores which means elders, was also tied to the time of year when elders were celebrated. June, goddess Juno, whose purview included marriage, childbirth, and the overall well-being of women, was a mythological wife of Jupiter, who was king of the Roman pantheon. The Latin word juvenis, which means young people, may have also had some influence upon the naming of the month. I don't know, these are kind of interesting, I think. I've never heard any of this, about how they name it. July is derived from Julius, as in Julius Caesar, the Roman dictator who counted among his accomplishments the Julian calendar and predecessor to the Gregorian calendar. Initially, July was known as Quintilis, which is Latin for 5. So July is I guess Julius Caesar came up with. August, similar to the origins of July, August was also inspired by a well-known Roman figure, the Emperor Augustus Caesar, grandnephew to Julius. The name Augustus came from the identical Latin word which was defined as venerable, noble, and majestic, per almanac. As was the case with July, August was originally known as Sextilis because it was the 6th month of the early Roman calendar. September, originally the 7th month of the year in the early Roman calendar. September stems from the Latin word septem, which was 7. This naming trend would continue for the remaining months as noted below. Octo is a Latin word for 8, which is now the 8th month of the early Roman calendar to be named. According to Almanac, even after the Roman calendar evolved to incorporate 12 named months, there were efforts to rename October after various other Roman emperors to no avail. November, you probably see where we're going with this. The Latin word is 9 is indeed novem. And December, finally, decem, the Latin word for 10, inspired December. Wow. I never knew any of that. That's interesting to me. Let's see. Sometimes they have, see, I didn't, what happened? Well, that one's, keeps, I think it's because I'm on something else. Let me go back. I had to click on that, and it went to another. Okay. Let's see what all they got in here. I read that one. Well, I don't know if I read this one. Add to your happiness. Did I do that? I think I read about. Yeah, I think I read that one about New Year. Let's see about this one. Your guide to the January night sky expected to be the brightest of the year. I don't think I've read this one. The frenzy. Let's get a drink of coffee. The frenzy of the holiday season has come and gone, and one great way to recalibrate in this new year is by taking a few moments to step outside and admire the expanse of the sparkling night sky overhead. And I do that lots of nights. I mean, like if I take out the garbage after dark, I wait until I'm done cleaning and doing everything, and I usually look out there for a little bit, look at the skies, unless it's cloudy, of course. The Old Farmer's Almanac is declaring January 2023 to be the brightest night sky of the year, thanks to an abundance of constellations visible in the clear, crisp winter evening sky. So don't miss your chance to bundle up and behold one or more of the spectacles ahead. Immediately following this month's new moon on January 21, Venus and Saturn will be positioned at about 1 degree apart and easy to spot simultaneously with the help of binoculars or a telescope. I've got binoculars, but I don't know if they do too much about. You might be able to see them with it. The sight will take place during a relatively brief window of opportunity until the pair disappear from the view below the horizon. National Geographic has declared this to be one of the 11 spectacular night sky events to catch in 2023, so be sure to see it if you can. Okay, let me see if they have a quote. Quote of the day is from Elvis Presley. I learned very early in life that without a song, the day would never end. Without a song, a man ain't got a friend. Without a song, the road would never bend. Without a song, so I keep singing a song. Okay. All right, everybody. I guess that's going to be it for this morning's coffee break. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I hope you'll press that like button. Also, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this out. And hit that so you get all my videos as soon as they come out. I hope everybody has a fantastic day, and definitely check out and About with Mike and Joy. So, everybody, I hope you have a great one, and I'll see you later on. God bless.